Netflix just raised prices. Again, second time in less than a year. Disney Plus went up. Spotify went up. Your Microsoft Office subscription went up. Adobe up. Your electricity bill is higher than it was last year. Your phone costs more than the one before it. Your next laptop will cost more than the one you have now. You probably think these are all happening for different reasons. Netflix is spending on content. Adobe is investing in tools. Electricity is just expensive. Not all of these price increases come from the same place, but more of them are connected than you'd expect. And by the end of this, you'll see exactly how. Let's start with the ones that admit it. In January 2025, Microsoft added an AI assistant called Copilot to your Office subscription and raised the price. You can't remove Copilot. You can't opt out. Whether you use it or not, you're paying for it. Google did the same thing. They added their AI assistant to workspace plans and raised prices 16 to 33% depending on your plan. Again, you can't remove it. Adobe renamed your subscription from Creative Cloud to Creative Cloud Pro. Added AI image generation. Raised the price $10 a month. That's an extra $120 a year for a feature you didn't ask for. This isn't 3 separate companies making 3 separate decisions. It's the same playbook. Step 1, add AI features to your existing product. Step 2, raise the price. Step 3, make it impossible to opt out. And the reason they're all doing it at the same time is because AI is expensive to run. Every question you ask, every image you generate, every meeting summary, it costs real computing power. The biggest technology companies in the world are spending $550 billion on AI infrastructure next year. That money has to come from somewhere. Your subscription is where? But the subscription is only the beginning. This is an electricity bill. It belongs to a man named John Steinbach in Manassas, Virginia. He's lived in his home for 40 years. In December, his bill was about $100. In January, it was $281. He suspects it has to do with some new construction nearby. He's right. Electricity prices in the United States went up 6.9% last year. That's more than double the rate of inflation. And Goldman Sachs says prices will keep rising through the end of the decade. The reason? Data centers now account for 40% of all electricity demand growth in the country. In areas near data centers, wholesale electricity prices have gone up 267% in 5 years. Not everywhere, but if you live within 50 miles of a major data center, you're paying significantly more. And you probably don't even know the data center is there. In Western Maryland, the average residential bill went up $18 a month. In Ohio, $16. By 2030, the highest demand markets could see electricity bills rise 25% just from data center demand. And these are the same data centers that power the AI behind your Microsoft subscription, your Google searches, your cloud storage. So here's the picture. Everything you use every day, your email, your cloud storage, your office software, your streaming, all of it runs on cloud computing platforms. Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud. Those platforms run on physical machines, servers, chips, memory, stored inside massive buildings called data centers. And those machines are made from raw materials, silicon wafers, memory chips, produced by a handful of companies. Every price increase you see at the top starts with a shortage at the bottom. And the shortage is real. So, you're building a computer. You've done your research. You know what you want. You go online to buy memory, the part that lets your computer run more than one thing at once. 32 gigs, standard stuff. And it's $350. 6 months ago, it was $90. This is the most popular memory kit on the market. Its lowest price ever was $87. Right now, the cheapest you'll find it is $369. Same box, same product, 4 times the money. And it's not just this one. Every size, every brand, same direction. A 64 gig kit that was $139 is now $749. 128 gigs, the kind you'd put in a work computer, went from $329 to nearly $1,600. And if you thought you could save money by buying the older, cheaper kind, that's doubled too. There is nowhere to hide. So that's the price. The question is why? The factories that make this memory still exist. The production lines are still running. Nothing broke. Something else changed. Something started consuming memory at a scale that nobody planned for. And I want to show you what it looks like. It's not just memory sticks. It's everything that uses memory. This is a report that tracked 14 different computer chips across 10 countries. The kind of chips that do the heavy thinking inside your computer, processing graphics, running programs, making everything feel fast. In November, they were selling at normal prices. By February, 3 months later, the average price had gone up 15%. Some were much worse. The most powerful chip on the market, the one professionals use, went up 32%. In the US, it went up 40%. In India, 54%. And it's not just the expensive ones. The mid-range chips, the ones ordinary people actually buy, are up 11 to 25%. The ones with more memory built in got hit the hardest, because the memory is what costs money now. Here's a way to think about it. In November, $1,000 got you one of the best chips on the market. Today, that same $1,000 gets you the one below it. Every product has been pushed up a tier in 3 months. And both of the companies that make these chips have announced they'll be raising prices every month going forward. Not a one-time increase. Monthly. The longer you wait, the more you pay. And people have noticed. This is a hardware forum. Real people. The original post says over $500 for a chip that's supposed to be the affordable option. And the responses are what you'd expect. People will keep buying them and prices will keep going up. This should be called price gouging. One person says they've been buying computer parts for 20 years, and this is the first time they've gone secondhand. And that last message, those predicted prices, they turned out to be almost exactly right. And it's not just computers. The headlines started piling up. RAM prices keep going up. Laptop prices could spike. The Steam machine delayed. The next PlayStation potentially delayed. Nintendo price increases. One memory manufacturer stopped selling to consumers entirely to focus on AI. Apple warned that iPhones and MacBooks could be next. Pretty much everything tech-wise is affected. Laptops, phones, tablets, game consoles, TVs, cars, everything. So who actually makes this memory? Because that's the key to understanding all of this. 3 companies: Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron. Between them, they control 95% of the world's memory production. Everyone else combined makes up the remaining 5%. And all 3 have shifted their factories toward AI. In 2023, about 75% of their output went to consumers, laptops, phones, tablets. By 2026, 70% is projected to go to AI data centers. You get what's left over. They can make memory for your laptop or memory for an AI data center. The data center pays more. And on the other side, the buyers. These aren't small orders. Major technology companies are placing open-ended orders for memory. They're telling manufacturers, we'll buy as much as you can make, whatever the price. OpenAI alone has made $1.5 trillion in chip commitments. One company, $1.5 trillion. And with only 3 manufacturers, there isn't the room to absorb that kind of demand without affecting everyone else. Samsung, the world's largest memory maker, can only fill 70% of its current orders. They've refused to lock in long-term contracts because prices are rising too fast to commit to a fixed number. So where's all the memory going? I want to show you something. This is the story of a building, not a factory, not a warehouse. A building full of computers, 100,000 chips, all running at once, all packed with memory. The same memory that goes inside your laptop, your phone, your tablet. The same memory that used to cost $90 and now costs $370. This is where it went. March 2024. An abandoned appliance factory in Memphis, Tennessee. 785,000 square feet. They bought it for $35 million. The team said it would take 2 years to build. Industry standard for something this size is about 4 years. They did it in 122 days. 1,500 racks, 64 chips per rack, liquid-cooled because the heat would be unmanageable otherwise. But there was a problem. The local power grid could only deliver 8 megawatts. They needed 150. That's enough electricity to power over 100,000 homes. A normal power station upgrade takes 2.5 years. They built it in 97 days, installed 208 battery units and 35 gas turbines on site. They rented a quarter of all the mobile cooling equipment in the entire United States just to keep the building from overheating. 5 million gallons of water every day. That's 10 Olympic swimming pools just for cooling, in a neighborhood that already has contaminated groundwater. July 2024, 100,000 chips, online, 1 building. 3 months later, they doubled it, 200,000 chips. And then they said, not enough, we need 1 million. 1 million chips, same site, already under construction, every single one needs memory to run. And there it is, same factories, same production lines, same raw materials. The memory inside that building and the memory inside your laptop come from the same place. And the people who live next to it weren't told until it was already being built. So how bad does this get? This is the CEO of a company called Fisson. They specialize in memory. And what he's saying is, this isn't just about your computer getting more expensive. This is about companies going under. He says that between now and the end of the year, manufacturers of everyday electronics, phones, TVs, computers will go bankrupt. Not struggle, not downsize, go bankrupt, because they can't get memory. Phone production will drop by 200 to 250 million units. That's not a small number. That's roughly 1 in every 5 phones that would have been made this year, just gone. And here's something that has never happened before in this industry. Memory manufacturers are now demanding 3 years of payment up front. Before they make a single chip for you, you pay for 3 years in advance. If you're a small company, you simply can't do that. You're out. The manufacturers themselves, behind closed doors, estimate the shortage lasts until 2030. Some say even longer, 10 years. And when memory goes up 300%, the companies that make your laptop have 2 options. They can raise the price, and at the high end, they will. Laptops up 17%, smartphones up 7%. The most popular chips up 25 to 40%. Or they can keep the price the same and quietly reduce what's inside. Less memory, a cheaper screen, smaller storage. $600 still gets you a laptop. It just does less than the one you could have bought last year. More expensive or less computer. 2 sides of the same coin. Either way, you're getting less for your money. And this isn't speculation. This is coming from the people who actually make the memory. The chairman of SK Hynix, the company that makes more than half of the world's high-performance memory, stood up at a conference 2 weeks ago and said the shortage will last until 2030, 4 to 5 more years. Right now, the global supply of the raw material they need to make memory chips is 20% below demand. Not 5%, not 10, 20. And building new factories to close that gap takes, his words, at least 4 to 5 years. And research firms are now projecting what this means for you. Computer sales are expected to drop 10% this year. Phone sales, 8%. Not because people don't want them, because the prices are going up so much that people can't afford to replace what they have. The average computer is expected to get 17% more expensive. And people will hold onto their laptops 15 to 20% longer than they normally would, not by choice, but because replacing them costs too much. It's hitting everything. The Steam machine, Valve's new console, delayed because they can't price it. The next PlayStation could be pushed back years. Nintendo is raising prices. Phones are shipping with worse cameras and cheaper screens to keep the price tag familiar. HP says memory now makes up 35% of a laptop's component cost, double what it used to be. Lenovo's North America president said it directly. The prices you see right now are the best they're going to be for the next 6 to 12 months. Intel says laptop makers are sitting on about 9 to 12 months of existing stock. When that runs out, the replacements will cost significantly more. If you need to buy any tech this year, buy it now. Every month you wait, the price goes up. So let me put this together. There's a building in Memphis with 100,000 chips inside it. They're building another one with 1 million. Every one of those chips needs memory. The same memory that goes in your laptop, your phone, your tablet. 3 companies make almost all of the world's memory. They've shifted their factories towards supplying buildings like this one because those customers pay more. What's left over is what you and I get to buy, at whatever price the market lands on. The people building these systems know this is happening. They said so in their own messages. And the cost of building them doesn't stay inside that building. It moves through the supply chain. It shows up in your electricity bill. It shows up in the price of your laptop. It shows up in the software subscriptions that now include AI features you never asked for. The memory that was supposed to go into your next phone, your next computer, your next tablet, it's in a building in Memphis, training an artificial intelligence. Not everything going up in price is because of this, but more of it is connected than you think. That's what we wanted to show you.
If this changed how you see your next receipt, your next bill, your next upgrade, we did our job. Like and subscribe, we have more to show you.